Hi there, my name is Michelle Holland. I'm the creative director at SynergyIQ. Apologies for the darkness. I've just drawn up into the airport car park, so it's a little bit dark in here. But I really wanted to finish my conversation that I've been having with you over the last few days about the characteristics that it takes for a leader who is going through change to be successful within that change. These are the key characteristics that will actually help leaders get from point A to point B and potentially to point C through to Z. So the characteristics that we've already talked about are under the acronym FICA, which is F-I-C-A, F being future focused, I being industrious, C being courageous. The last one, and probably from my mind, is the most important one, because without this one, nothing actually will happen. Or if it does happen, it's probably because of a small group of very dedicated people who are really working hard because they are very, very committed to the outcome and the purpose, so they're very future focused. The last one is A, which is accountability. This is a really big one on my list of values. I always talk about accountability in every program that I'm running. I always make sure to build in accountability check-ins and make sure that, if I'm coaching someone, there is an accountability. If I'm working in a workshop, I always put accountability plans in place, sometimes even accountability buddies in place at the end of the workshop, because without accountability, action is slowed. So action might happen without accountability, but it won't happen as quickly as it needs to. So to enable yourself to be held accountable, you have to do that yourself, but you also can do that with other people. You also have to have an ability to hold others accountable for the change as well. So as I've mentioned before, the change is happening because the change is needed, and there are things that you need to do. There's work involved in this change. And if those activities are not being deployed or developed, then you need to hold people accountable for inaction. But you also need to hold people accountable for action. And that's really the most important part. So being able to check in with people on how they're actually going. That's why I call them check-ins. It's accountability check-in. It's not a check-up. We're not checking up on people to make sure they're doing their job. It's actually about helping them stay motivated, stay committed, stay future-focused, make sure they are challenging the status quo as much as they need to be, and they're holding themselves accountable for delivering a great outcome, as well as you holding them accountable for delivering a great outcome. So that's the holding others accountable, but in this, it's also about holding yourself accountable. As a leader, you need to be checking in with yourself on a daily basis to say, have I done what I needed to do yesterday to help this change along? And what am I planning on doing today that's actually going to deliver value for my people and deliver value for the outcome? We need to be having these check-ins with ourselves every single day to ensure that we're moving in the direction that we need to be moving. If you're holding yourself back from doing what you need to do, then you're not demonstrating the characteristics of great leaders in change. As I've mentioned before, there are so many other characteristics of great leaders, but these 4 are specifically related to going through a change process, because a change process is and should be a temporary state. All right, change happens all the time. We talk about how rapid change happens, but what I'm talking about is change processes in businesses, in personal development, in team development. You're going from an A to a B. That's what we're talking about here. So to get from A to B, you need to have specific characteristics to enable that to happen. every other day you need to have these characteristics and a few others. So we'll talk about those few others again in another video or another mechanism, but this is really talking about change. So thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me introduce you to FICA, and I hope that it actually helps you next time you're going through change to have those accountability check-ins yourself, and just give yourself a bit of a review on how you're going with FIC and A. My name is Michelle Holland. I am from SynergyIQ, your transformation partner.